It has an advanced independent suspension, but it's not a Porsche. It boasts luxurious amenities, but it's not a Mercedes. It's cloaked in a sleek body, but it's not a Lexus. It is the all-new Nissan 240SX, the affordable luxury coupe.
Confirmed, Asimov. We'll be right there.
It's time to find out why people are buying the Mercury Villager instead of our minivan.
After you, sir.
We all can't fit in here.
Oh, no, you just slide the seat back. It's actually very complicated.
Like a V6 leather CD player, if you like that sort of thing, which I...
How does it drive?
Great. I mean...
It also has standard four-wheel anti-lock brakes.
The Mercury Villager. All this on the quality of a Mercury. Jam.
Jam. Jam.
Jam.
Dave, now let's move on to the world of Mr. and Mrs. Consumer.
Gee, it's almost lunchtime.
Yes. Now, as you can see, this pie chart illustrates your core customers.
When you have a craving for a delicious bacon mushroom melt, come to Wendy's.
Thanks.
It's a quarter pound of fresh beef, 3 strips of bacon, and mushrooms in a cheddar cheese sauce.
So what do you think, Dave?
I'm satisfied.
Great. Let's move on to section...
Wendy's bacon mushroom melt. When you gotta have one, you gotta have one.
As your engine revs higher, the oil inside creates a hydrodynamic wedge, a protective layer that builds up and keeps engine parts separated. But as your oil's viscosity breaks down, so can the wedge. That's why Castrol GTX provides maximum protection against viscosity and thermal breakdown. Because if your viscosity breaks down, what's next? Castrol GTX, engineered for today's smaller cars. Try Castrol Super Clean for tough, greasy jobs. If it won't come clean with Super Clean, it won't come clean.
The security chief is framed.
It's not justice you're after, Major.
The perfect setup. It's blood for assassination. Garibaldi's in the line of fire on an all-new Babylon 5.
The Monday Prime lineup begins at 8 with all new episodes of Baywatch and Star Trek The Next Generation, followed by Real News at 10. Then at midnight, the A-Man welcomes 90210's Luke Perry to the Arsenio Hall Show.
5 is produced by Babylonian Productions, Inc. and distributed by Warner Brothers Domestic Television Distribution.
This is the new Infiniti G20.
Start. No sugar added, no preservatives, nothing fake. No matter what I eat later, at breakfast I call the shots.
Naturally good. Nutri-Grain, the natural place to start.
These are some of America's best gardeners. They'll tell you how to get more flowers and vegetables from your garden.
Particularly with impatience, I think Miracle-Gro is absolutely invaluable.
We use Miracle-Gro to start our plants and to keep them growing beautifully all season long.
If you don't have good soil in your garden, Miracle-Gro is even more important.
Bigger, better, more. That's what Miracle-Gro is all about.
You'll never know what a great gardener you can be until you've used Miracle-Gro.
Could a son murder his own parents?
If I'm a danger detective, it is not for my own children.
Based on the shocking true story, Sharon Gless, Honor Thy Mother, tonight.
Coming to a courtroom near you, computerized recreations of accidents and crimes. So real it's like being there. Or is it? We'll tell you on the CBS Evening News tomorrow.
Someone's after this woman.
He wants me dead.
What do you do when the cops can't protect you?
He's not gonna stop.
Are private bodyguards the answer? Watch Ed Bradley's Street Stories Thursday.
The coach's memories are up for sale.
What are you so grumpy about?
The tie's all he's got left.
An all-new evening shave. Then, when the lieutenant follows his basic instinct, will he get a fatal attraction?
Going out to confront a psycho killer. Be back in a few minutes.
Okay, have fun.
An all-new Major Dad, Monday.
All those who love great comedies, say hi.
A distraught father holds a maternity ward hostage.
You decide who's going to be the first to die.
Based on the spellbinding true story, Deliver Them from Evil, The Taking of Alta View, Tuesday.
This is CBS.
We've been asked to do something that never had been done before. We were not only asked to invent technology, we were asked to invent the tools to create that technology. It would have been impossible if our team had not been working as equals. The way the B-2 was made and what it was made with will pioneer the way airplanes are made in the future. When that baby took off, all our lives changed, even yours. Northrop, we're setting our sights higher.
So what do you think?
I'm thinking about the payments.
It's one of your fondest dreams, yet it keeps you up at night.
It's a good offer, I know.
It's the first tangible result of all your hard work. It's the biggest decision, the biggest investment, and the biggest thrill of your life. When you're buying a home, you need more from your bank than money. You need the lending experience that can help you make the right decisions.
We got it.
And that's what Home Savings of America has offered its borrowers for more than 100 years.
I gotta have this house.
How to avoid buying toxic fish on Action News tomorrow at 5.
Fingerman on location for the one and only Ziploc. Freezer burn. That's a chilling thought. To protect your food, there's nothing like Ziploc brand freezer bags. Ziploc has a gripper zipper, the only bag with tough, tiny teeth. You can feel it gripping, so you know freshness is locked in, freezer burn's locked out. That's a good feeling you only get from Ziploc. I gotta get some gloves. For fresh food, there's only one Ziploc.
40th floor today. What if my diarrhea comes back?
Relax. You took Imodium AD.
Just once.
Imodium AD caplets often work in one dose, unlike the old standby.
Hi, hon. I feel great.
Imodium AD, the choice for one-dose relief.
What's awesome? Tubular radical. Wow! New glow-in-the-dark bandit brand bandit. It's now! On your hand, on your nose, in the dark. Get close! It's bad, it's rad, it's easy to see. I'm stuck on bandit, bandit stuck on me.
You know, I found something really special while shopping at Hallmark for Mother's Day. A $5 savings on birthday cards in June. Just make a $5 purchase, get a $5 savings. Really.
Call 1-800-HALLMARK for a participating store near you. Then come in and ask for your $5 savings certificate.
A $5 savings with a $5 purchase. It's great.
It's our Mother's Day gift to you. See you at Hallmark.
He's tall.
No place else is Julie's.
Here's a quarter.
Thanks.
No place.
This is the family room. Every house needs one. Has plenty of comfortable places to hang out, listen to music, take a nap. It's the Ford Aerostar. It's built for trips to the Grand Canyon or to the supermarket. This part's easy. And it runs and runs because it's a Ford. If you need more room for your family, don't build onto your house. Add an Aerostar.
Late in the 20th century, terminal boredom fell upon the land. The maker looked down and said, "This is not good." And so it was. He brought forth Genesis, a system with twice the power, twice the challenge, twice the fun, with high-definition graphics and stereo sound. And the maker saw what he had done and said, "Now that's not bad." Discover Genesis, and your world will never be the same.
Come home to the best, only on NBC.
Tonight on Matlock.
Hold it! Sorry, can't let you check in here.
What?
Won't get to the Super Bowl here.
Go to Holiday Inn now!
Head of their Super Bowl sweepstakes. Hold it!
Every week, a new winner gets a trip for two to the Super Bowl.
Morning, son. For your own good, don't stay here.
Come to Holiday Inn, where this week's Super Bowl sweepstakes winner is Casey Yulee, who entered at the Holiday Inn Lake Havasu, Arizona. Holiday Inn. Stay with someone you know.
You! Go to Holiday Inn. Time out!
Ever think of shrimp for lunch? Then think Red Lobster for golden fried shrimp, crunchy popcorn shrimp, and sizzling scampi, all on one plate for just $4.95. Served in 15 minutes guaranteed, or it's free. The Lunch Shrimp Trio, now at Red Lobster.
Now, winter coats. In styles and colors for the whole family are 30% off at Kmart, where bundling up won't cost a bundle.
A world premiere movie. It's the biggest battle of the West as one man fights to save his honor.
I figured I might have owed you one.
And his wife.
Anything happens to her.
He's alone against both sides of the law.
Not if I finish my dinner. Not if you chew fast.
In an all-out war, The Outlaw Wars, an all-new Desperado movie, next.
Did you ever wonder what it would be like to live another person's life? I'm playing the piano in a Carnegie Hall. I'm a woman. Oh, boy. I do it every week. Take the leap. Wednesday.
If you select prime cured lumber, shape it precisely, carve it intricately, join it perfectly, and finish it in 18 painstaking steps, you'll have beautiful Thomasville furniture. And that's what you'll see in every style at the Thomasville Gallery. Beautiful furniture, beautifully made. Take advantage of beautiful prices during our Thomasville Gallery sale.
I'm like everybody else. I lead a busy life.
Mike Harper makes a healthy choice.
I never worried about what I ate. Then I had a heart attack. I couldn't find healthy food that was really great tasting.
Introducing Healthy Choice frozen dinners. Truly delicious meals, low in fat, sodium, and cholesterol, so they can help you keep your heart healthy.
Healthy Choice is for healthy people. People that want to stay healthy. That makes me feel pretty good.
Listen to your heart. Make a healthy choice.
GE is light.
When you think of all the things your eyes have to do every waking hour of every day, it's good to know the GE Soft White Light is easy on your eyes. It's a soft, warm, glowing light. The GE Soft White, a light so remarkable, it's sensitive to the needs of the human eye.
GE is light. We bring good things to life.
No job, no money, no girl, no apartment, no respect, no future. That's what I got when I dropped out of school. So I went back, got an education. Things have been going fine ever since. The more you know about what happens to school dropouts, quicker you'll get smart like I did and drop back in. In fact, if you're smarter than I was, you won't drop out in the first place.
Wait, Axton, how's it going?
Oh, not so good, Merlin. I can't seem to sing sad songs no more.
Oh, why not?
Well, some adoring fans sent me this bouquet.
It's an FTD pick-me-up.
And I can't sing sad songs when I'm feeling so good. When's this feeling go away anyhow?
My friend, the feeling never ends.
Well, what'll I do now?
Try singing happy songs.
There's an idea.
If you know someone singing a sad tune, send an FTD pick-me-up.
Please don't let this feeling end.
This calls for a Pepperidge Farm American Collection cookie, bursting with nuts like macadamia and chunks of chocolate. If you think they're big on the outside, wait till you taste the inside.
Only Mannington Never Wax floors have a 10-year free replacement guarantee, because only Mannington has a protection layer so tough, it's like your feet never touched the floor. And now save 20% on 150 selected Mannington floors.
All men are endowed with certain unalienable rights: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Whenever any form of government becomes destructive to these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it. Mancuso, FBI, premieres Friday.
Pourquoi dors-tu? Le soleil
The curve of a sleigh bed. The beauty of a porcelain vase. A country French collection from Ethan Allen. When a room looks like this, it's a pity to spend so much time in it with your eyes closed. Right now, there's a sale at your Ethan Allen Gallery.
Warnings about a giant computer virus. Details on the news at 11.
General Foods International Coffees introduces the Variety Sampler.
Do I try Cafe Vienna and then Swiss Mocha? Or start with Cafe Francais?
Such delicious confusion.
It's double Dutch chocolate, I think.
What does Cafe Vienna taste like? General Foods International Coffees.
Celebrate the moments of your life.
Introducing Freeze Lock, a plastic freezer wrap with special cling strips that seal tighter against freezer burn than any other wrap to protect your food from the ravages of freezing cold. Until the day it's needed. Tough, thick Freeze Lock with cling strips for more protection against freezer burn.
Now, even the worst arthritis sufferers don't have to wake up stiff and sore, because your doctor can help you find relief from the morning pain and stiffness that are often early signs of arthritis. Go off to see your doctor today and get a kick out of getting up in the morning. Pfizer, wake up to good mornings.
A world premiere movie is the biggest battle of the West. One man must fight to regain his honor.
I figured I might have owed you one.
And save the woman he loves.
Anything happens to her.
Alone against both sides of the law.
Not if I finish my dinner. Not if you chew fast.
And fighting fire with fire becomes all-out war.
Don't go back there, Duel.
I have to.
And danger lurks everywhere.
I don't mind. Bathing together, that is.
Alex MacArthur and Richard Farnsworth star in an all-new Desperado movie, The Outlaw Wars.
Panasonic, Zenith, Baron, Sony, RCA.
At Sears, we've rounded up over 1,000 brands. So now you can get the top name brands at great low prices. And we're adding more every day.
Casio, Smith Corona. Yeah, where's that Smith Corona anyhow?
Honey, the whole family's here.
The new carpet. Are you going to live in fear of your new carpet? Or are you going to buy the carpet with a 5-year warranty against wear, soil, and dirt?
Surprise!
The carpet's called Worry-Free. Worry-Free. It's more than just stain-resistant. It's totally worry-free.
It's a high-sea mystery. 5 sailors disappear, but only one is found. Plus a reunion update on unsolved mysteries. Then on Night Court, Dan makes a deal with a corporate raider.
Sell, buy, kill him, crush him.
And on Nut House, Tarkington pops his cork over a younger woman.
Leave my man alone!
It's all new Wednesday. Saturday.
Beautiful woman. Clever. A psycho, a stalker.
Oh, my God.
There's only one way to stop him. Be the new man in her life. I'm his next target.
Hunter, the season premiere.
Friday means Baywatch.
Word gets out real fast when the surf's up.
Experience summer all season long. Friday means hardball.
Not standing only on one foot.
2 cops who play for keeps. Friday means Mancuso, FBI.
About rice and raw.
Batting cleanup against the country's worst offenders. It's a whole new ball game Friday.
NBC News at this hour, I'm Keith Morrison. A federal judge in Washington gave the go-ahead for the scheduled Thursday launch of the shuttle Atlantis, but NASA has postponed the launch for 5 to 6 days while they replace an engine computer. President Bush has accepted a call for a drug summit with the leaders of Bolivia, Colombia, and Peru sometime in the next 3 months. In New Jersey, drug agents seized 871 pounds of cocaine hidden in a truckload of apples. And in Colombia, there was more drug-related violence. 12 bombs were set off, and 2 newspaper executives were shot to death. And the South African government announced it is freeing 8 black political prisoners, but one of them is not Nelson Mandela. More news later on this NBC station.
Hey, can you cover a 1 o'clock meeting?
Ah, the virtues of milk.
Sure.
Milk is pleasantly slim on calories, and it helps supply carbohydrate to boost your energy level, protein to keep up your stamina, and a bit of thiamine.
Oh, hi. I'm here for the meeting with Mr. James. That's on the 2nd floor.
To keep your spirits up.
Tomorrow.
Milk, it does a body good.
Wells Fargo now delivers a new standard for speed, 5-minute max. Our customer service managers will get you to a teller in less than 5 minutes, or you'll get $5 added to your Wells Fargo checking account. Top-notch people, top-notch service, even at high noon on paydays. 5-minute max, guaranteed.
Right on time.
If your bank isn't up to speed, why wait around? Wells Fargo comes through, again.
John Beard, Kelly Lang, the Channel 4 News Nightside.
Wonderful thing happens to Europe. The crowds go home, and Europe becomes Europe again. Then another wonderful thing happens. Pan Am reduces airfares to those places you most want to go. And then Pan Am provides special Eurosaver discounts, so you can do more of everything you want to do while you're there. Pan Am, more of Europe for less than you think.
Today in L.A., mornings at 6 and 6:30. Bill Lagatuta, June Thompson, Christopher Nance, weather, and Fred Rogan, Sunday Night Sports. Channel 4 News, Nightside, #1 in Southern California.
And good evening. June is off. Linda Alvarez is with me tonight. And topping our news from Dallas, a shocking story as a quarrel among deacons at a church there ended in gunfire and the death of 2 of the men. The shooting happened during a meeting of 4 deacons and a church secretary. They were in the church finance room where donations are counted. Witnesses said they heard shouting and then gunshots. 2 men died, a 3rd was wounded. Police are seeking the 4th deacon in connection with the shootings. A killer tornado ripped through a trailer park in Colquitt County, Georgia today, killing a woman and a toddler. The twister went on a 10-mile rampage, flattening at least 9 mobile homes and injuring a dozen people. Tonight, survivors were cleaning the wreckage from where their homes stood just hours before.
Another airline scare. This time an Eastern Airlines DC-10 was forced to land in West Texas. The plane was en route from Los Angeles to Miami when the jet's number 2 engine shut down. Mechanics found an apparent fuel line leak on the jet. Passengers were booked on other flights without further incident. 7 people are now in custody, including 4 in Los Angeles, as the investigation from Friday's cocaine seizure in Sylmar spreads west. Police raided 6 warehouses in El Paso today and said there are links in the cocaine smuggling ring that led to L.A. Authorities say the drugs passed into the U.S. through these El Paso way stations on the way to Sylmar. And they say the entire operation originated in the Mexican border town of Ciudad Juarez. A potent form of heroin has caused at least 3 deaths in San Francisco this weekend. It's called black tar, and Austin Long Scott reports addicts are running scared.
Addicts who buy on the streets of San Francisco's Tenderloin alerted drug counselors almost a week ago to a super strong, potentially deadly form of Mexican black tar heroin.
They told me that it's OD medicine, that it's so highly concentrated they don't know how to really cook it up. The high itself, they said, was so intense that it scared them. It actually scared them.
San Francisco General, which got at least half of the more than 50 weekend overdose cases, saved several lives.
We've had a few patients who actually had stopped breathing at the time the paramedics had arrived. We do feel that there are very likely 3 deaths that are attributed to this particular batch of heroin.
Police said today they don't know what's going on. but the people in touch with the users think they do.
What I'm realizing and talking to people that are using on the street, people that are coming to me for help, is that whoever is distributing the tar has put very, very little cut on it, okay? It's very, very, very high potency heroin.
Last week, drug enforcement agents found Mexican black tar heroin in a shipment of cocaine in Burlingame. The dangerously strong batch could be a mistake or an economic response to the war against cocaine. If dealers and addicts are trying to beat the cocaine crisis by shifting to less familiar drugs, there may be more of these overdose emergencies. Austin Longscott in San Francisco for NBC News.
This has been another violence-filled weekend here in Los Angeles, and Conan Nolan reports that if it weren't for a major police action, it might have been even worse.
The gang-related carnage along the streets of Los Angeles continued this weekend, despite the best efforts of police to stop it. The shooting began Friday night and continued through Sunday morning. 3 people were killed, 7 wounded. Among the dead, a 15-year-old boy shot while riding his bicycle with a friend on a residential street in Hollywood early Sunday morning. Police say the victim, identified as 15-year-old Nelson Alice, and his attacker were members of rival street gangs. A short time afterward, another shooting, this one near Harbor City, also resulting in a dead teenager. Police believe he too was an associate of known gang members. No arrests have been made.
Okay, so there are cars, let's go.
The violence came at the same time LAPD was putting an extra 400 officers on the street both Friday and Saturday night, part of an anti-gang task force known as Operation Hammer.
Maybe a black 4-door Buick with 4 male Hispanic occupants.
Police made over 1,000 arrests in the central and eastern portions of Los Angeles and in the San Fernando Valley. Most of those taken into custody were gang members, charged with everything from drunk driving to selling rock cocaine.
These rocks are $20, $25 rocks, but after that big seizure, it'd probably be $100 a rock.
Authorities believe Operation Hammer was timed perfectly, saying without the weekend crackdown, the casualty list would have been much longer. Conan Nolan, Channel 4 News.
A big protest today against a freeway extension that many believe would destroy South Pasadena. In the crowd were members of the National Trust for Historic Preservation from Washington, D.C. The group came to officially declare South Pasadena an endangered historic site, one of the few times an entire town has received such a designation. The protesters believe that by building an extension to the 710 freeway, the area would lose its historic value. Governor Deukmejian has signed the bill restricting public access to Department of Motor Vehicle records. This was prompted by the murder of the actress Rebecca Schaeffer. The bill allows Californians to request the DMV to keep their home addresses confidential. It was introduced after an obsessed fan got the address of Ms. Schaeffer through the DMV and then allegedly killed her.
Some 7,000 East German refugees have been spending weeks in isolation, waiting to cross the West German border to freedom. And today they finally got the word that they've been waiting for. Peter Kent was on hand for their arrival.
Wurde schon gefilmt, ja? Ja, da muss ja passieren.
Bodenfrei.
Ja, ja, drüben ist seine Mutter.
Langsam,
I'm sorry, we had trouble with the audio on that story. Hopefully we'll have it for you a little bit later. 5,000 Los Angeles County Hospital nurses are not going on strike, at least for the time being. The nurses' 2-year contract expired today, but they agreed to stay on the job since the county is negotiating. However, a strike deadline of October 11th has been set. The nurses want more money and better benefits. So.
Well, just ahead, more news, a competition for some of your favorite pets, cats, going for the gold ribbon that is in Glendale today, and we'll see that.
First, we're going to go up to the newsroom to see what Fred Rogan's got lined up for Sunday Night Sports. Fred.
Well, Linda, thank you, and welcome to the Sunday Show. Hi, Bill. Folks, good night on Sunday Night Sports. A wild day of NFL action. Of course, we will have all of the highlights for you. Plus, the batting leaders in the American and National League decided on the final day of the season. We'll show them to you. A big-name NBA player gets married. Flipper Anderson comes right into your living room, and the Rams pull one out late in the game.
In your pursuit of the finer things in life,
You can save up for a Jaguar XJ6, or you can choose a richly appointed, high-performance British luxury car that gives you what you want, somewhat ahead of schedule. The name is 827. Sterling 827. Now get $3,500 to $5,000 cash back direct from Sterling on 89 827s.
Finally, all the brands you want in home electronics are here. All the brands you want in appliances are here too. All your favorite brands, all at the right prices. And all at the store you already trust. It's finally here. Come see for yourself. Sears announces the grand opening of Brand Central. The brands you want at the store you trust.
Distant bells, ancient towers, hidden castles, quiet hours. There's something special in the air.
American Airlines, with service to 14 European cities and flyaway vacation packages to all of them.
Silver bird, take me where there's something special in the air.
There are two ways to make a Volkswagen go fast. The other way is to make a new Volkswagen. Introducing Corrado, the new European design, supercharged, intercooled, 140-mile-per-hour Volkswagen. It's time to think about Volkswagen again.
Test drive the new Corrado at your Southern California Volkswagen dealer.
Right now, the last thing on Dr. Linda Johnson's mind is the Honeywell technology controlling the surgical environment. But if she had to think about that, we wouldn't be doing our job. Honeywell, helping you control your world.
Rescue crews freed 6 sperm whales that beached on Prince Edward Island, Canada today. It's amazing how they did it. With a crowd of hundreds watching, divers tied slings around the tails of the whales and then towed them 300 feet to keep them off the beach. Now, these were very large whales, 40 to 65 feet long. Unfortunately, one of them did die, but the other 5 seemed to be okay tonight.
They held a show that was the Cat's Meow today in Glendale. It was the American Cat Association's championship event, and there were all sorts of cats, some pedigree, some your more common house cat varieties. They were combed, cleaned, and dolled up in the hopes of taking home ribbons in several categories. There are also lots of cats and kittens looking for new homes. Many were for sale, and the proceeds went to benefit California State Humane Officers. Cutie right there. There was one winner in last night's Lotto 649 game. The winning ticket comes from Galt in Sacramento County, and it's worth nearly $6 million.
Well, Christopher has the night off, but left us with a beautiful forecast for tomorrow. First of all, as you look at a cruise ship parting the waters in Marina del Rey tonight, kind of have to look carefully there. The current temperature is a cool 60 degrees right now at the Civic Center after a comfortable high today of 76, and we can expect the same tomorrow. The usual morning low clouds will burn off with the help of a gentle breeze, Christopher says, and that'll make it a nice Monday throughout the LA Basin. The low deserts look like the best place to work on your tan, Bill.
I think that's John Beard coming home.
Could be.
Long weekend. A motorcyclist with a leather vest and bandana walked into Matt's Saloon in Prescott, Arizona Friday night. When he started playing with the band, the bar's attendance shot up from 8 to 80 within 10 minutes. The stranger's name was Bruce Springsteen. He jammed for an hour, then he got back on his bike and roared up Highway 89. He said he was on vacation, heading to the Grand Canyon from Los Angeles. And believe it or not, the former LA Mayor Sam Yorty turned 80 years old today. Yorty said he's slowed down some, not making as many speeches and appearances as he used to, and he's not planning a birthday party because he said he's already had plenty of them.
Stop counting, huh? All right, finally tonight, a soothing look at Tibetan monks who are spreading the ancient art of healing. Making their first ever appearance in the West, Tibetan Shartsi monks perform sacred healing rituals tonight in Santa Ana. Now, these rituals have an unbroken lineage back to the healing Buddha and tap into the power of imagination. They say actually listening to the sacred rituals confers healing on the individual. So those in attendance tonight must be feeling pretty good. The Chartreuse monks will now embark on a 4-month tour of the U.S., and we understand the next stop is San Francisco.
Interesting sounds. That's our news for now. Thank you so much for watching us.
Stay tuned for Fred Rogan next and Sunday nights.
And sexually abused by their pastors and the churches that refuse to help them. Hear their stories on the next Donnie.
At 3 on Channel 4.
With kids, there's one thing you can count on.
They spend money like water.
They think I have a money machine.
Sure, they asked me to send money. For them, it grows on trees. Do I look like I'm made of money?
Parting with the money isn't easy, but now sending it is. With Western Union's new 1-800-CALL-CASH number, just send money by phone and charge it. So when they really need it, it won't take much to send it.
I had better send it today because she spends it like there's no tomorrow.
Western Union, now send money by phone.
Experience the world's most relaxing airport terminal. Take 5 at LAX, Delta's Oasis.
You could say there was a serious void in my life. And that void was in my refrigerator. Something was missing. Something that was really good for my family and really fast for me. Something without preservatives, and it had to taste sensational.
Introducing Chicken by George. Boneless, skinless, marinated chicken breasts. Fresh from your refrigerator and ready in minutes. In 8 delicious varieties.
Until you try it, you'll never know what you've been missing.
You think you're better than me, don't you?
Oh, not again. I was better than you in high school. I was better than you in college. And I am better than you now.
There are still some people in this world who can change tax brackets without changing personalities.
You want to put that to a test?
Let's go.
Now?
Now.
For those people, there's a car called the Legend Coupe from Acura. #1 in customer satisfaction 3 years in a row.
This is Fred Rogan. Like the Dodgers season, this pitch today took forever to end. At the Coliseum, Al Davis, what do you say? Give me 5. No, actually, Al, say hello to your good friends, Jim Brown and Art Modell. Hi, Art. Art obviously thinks he's...
During Hyundai's Full House Clearance, your dealer has a little number you'll never see again. 5224. A well-equipped Excel for just $52.24 after factory rebate. With variable intermittent wipers, rear defroster, room for 5, 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty, more standard features than any car in its class. It's the most affordable, best value in America, and we've got loads of them. So take a number. Rush to your nearest Hyundai dealer and pick up your little number before they're gone for good.
I'm your basic frequent flyer. I fly a ton of miles every year. I think the least an airline can do is give me an upgrade that doesn't cost me my money or my mileage credits. Is that too much to ask?
In TWA's frequent flight bonus program, you can get unlimited free upgrades to business class after flying just 5,000 miles, and you don't turn in your miles to get them.
Upgrade and free. 2 of my favorite words.
Today's TWA. Find out how good we really are.
In today's hotter running engines, wear is a greater problem than ever before. Oil breakdown can shorten the life of vital engine parts. That's why there's Castrol. Castrol provides maximum protection against viscosity and thermal breakdown. So use Castrol, because driving today can be a grind. Castrol, engineered for today's smaller cars.
Castrol, available at your local national lumber.
Michelob presents Night Music with your host, David Sanborn, presenting today's outstanding musical talent. This week's show features guitar legend Stevie Ray Vaughan and the exotic sounds of Van Dyke Parks, plus Maria McKee and saxophonist Pharoah Sanders. Michelob presents Night Music. Music at night. That's it.
Michelob presents Night Music at 12:15 on Channel 4.
Good evening, everybody. A lot to show you tonight, including the best of the best, Rogan's All-Star Heroes. But we'll get started in the Bay Area, where the Rams beat the 49ers by a foot. Mike Lansford's foot, that is. Now, at the Rams Booster Club luncheon before the season, I asked Mike up on a stage, what do you think about when you're in a pressure-filled situation in front of the crowd about to kick a field goal? His answer, he thinks about his house payment. He'll be okay with a mortgage for another month, thanks to Mike. Rams win the showdown in San Francisco. Started in the second quarter, Rams in white trailing 6-3. Jim Everett dropped back and found Willie Flipper Anderson down the right sideline. Anderson beat Darryl Pollard for a 65-yard score. That put the Rams on top 10-6. Everett 16 of 25 for 250 yards on the day. But the story of this game was the defense, which kept the Niners out of the end zone all day long. Here, Doug Reed body slammed Joe Montana to the ground. The ball popped loose. The play was whistled dead, but Doug thought he had a touchdown.
Yeah, I do believe that was a fumble, too, because when I hit him, I saw the ball sliding up before he even touched the ground. They blew my dream. That was a touchdown, you know what I'm saying?
Now, this game also marked the return of Leroy Irvin, and he was awesome, holding Jerry Rice to 2 catches for just 38 yards. Here, he stepped in front of Rice for an apparent interception, but instant replay ruled incompletion. Nevertheless, Leroy Irvin happy to be back and pleased with its performance today.
It feels so good to be back. I got so much support, fan support, the team supports me, and I'm glad we came back with the win.
37. From there, Jim Everett took command, led the Rams on a 73-yard drive, in which he hit 6 of 7 passes, including this one to Pete Holohan for 31 yards. The team rallied around their quarterback.
You know, actually, what I said in the huddle is I looked around and I said, you know, guys, this is what it's all about. National TV, here we are, we're down, we got to get 3 points. This is what we live for. That's our job. And everyone kind of smiled and said, let's do it.
And do it they did. 5 seconds to go. Mike Lansford lined up for 26-yard field goal. The winds played havoc, nearly sending it into the upright, just that close, but the ball squeaked through. The Rams won a 13-12 thriller at Candlestick. And Mike, what were you thinking as that ball soared?
Relief. I'm relieved more than anything. Turn around, then I'm excited that we won the game. I've never missed a game winner, and I was hoping that today wouldn't be the first time.
Quite an impressive mark. Never missed a game winner. For the Raiders, same story there. Their defense was offensive. Raiders blew a 10-point lead at the Coliseum, lose to Seattle 24-20. The Mike Shanahan watch continues. He is still the coach tonight. Best move of the game. Well, this guy, look at him. He can dance and eat at the same time. That's impressive. First quarter, no score. Seahawks in white. Dave Craig, who threw for 227 yards, got the Hawks on the board early on. He went right down the gut to John L. Williams. 14-yard score, 7-0 Seahawks. Second quarter, Raiders trailing 7-3. Newcomer Ricky Hundley trying to make an impression. He made one on John L. Williams. Williams made the catch. Hundley stripped him of the ball. Lionel Washington picked it up and raced 37 yards for the score. Raiders up 10-7 at the half. And Al Davis said, you know, I bet that fly wouldn't bother me if I was in my own luxury box. Jay Schrader had a decent day, threw for 213 yards. In the third quarter, he found Mervin Fernandez over the middle. And Mervin started swerving, got away from one man, broke away from another. 36-yard score. Raiders led 17-7, and at that point there was reason to celebrate, but just 1 minute. Seattle scored 17 points in the fourth quarter. With the score 17-14, Dave Craig went to Benny Blades, who beat Mike Haynes. That was the winner. Seattle 24, Raiders 20. Coach Shanahan, are you feeling the heat?
There's only one thing to do is you're back against the wall, and that's keep on going and trying to find a way. And of course, this whole organization at this point, as well as I am, and especially when you have opportunities to win it and you don't take advantage of it in the fourth quarter.
Seattle President Tom Flores, the former Raider coach, talked with Al Davis before the game. Tom, what about?
We just talked about a lot of things in general. We reminisced a little bit, and he talked about his football team, and I talked about our football team, and things like that. Nothing of any significance, and some of it I couldn't repeat anyway.
Yeah. Coming up, the rest of Sunday number 4.
He's got Lewis Lips in the end zone, and Lips goes up and makes the play. One of the greatest catches I've seen in all the years I've broadcast the NFL.
Channel 4 Sports is sponsored by Aetna, the insurance company that gives new meaning to the word diligent.
Over the past few years, a battalion of strangely equipped individuals has been roaming the American workplace, testing the air for substances that shouldn't be there, things that might make people sick, and insurance premiums skyrocket. Now, some find Aetna's approach a little unexpected.
Sorry, excuse me?
But when was the last time your insurance company did anything more surprising than mail you a bill?
In your pursuit of the finer things in life, you can save up for a Jaguar XJ6, or you can choose a richly appointed, high-performance British luxury car that gives you what you want, somewhat ahead of schedule. The name is 827. Sterling 827.
Now get $3,500 to $5,000 cash back direct from Sterling on 89 827s.
At GTE, we're always looking for trouble. Our 24-hour Trouble Analysis Center constantly monitors your phone lines, looking for problems. If we find one, we can fix it quickly, whether it's a small one or a larger one. You see, at GTE, it's not just communications we offer, it's solutions.
Every autumn, a most wonderful thing happens to Europe. The crowds go home, and Europe becomes Europe again. Then another wonderful thing happens. Pan Am reduces airfares to those places you most want to go. And then Pan Am provides special Eurosaver discounts, so you can do more of everything you want to do while you're there. Pan Am, more of Europe for less than you think.
Welcome back. Now let's get you caught up on the rest of Sunday number 4. The last year the Cleveland Browns beat the Denver Broncos, Richard Nixon resigned as president. Well, George Bush remains in office, but the Browns post their first win since '74. First win in 10 tries. First quarter, no score. Let's go. Bernie Kosar, dark uniform, threw for 216 yards, lofted this one to Webster Slaughter. Pretty play. 9-yard score, Browns up 7-0. Meantime, Dan Reeves wanted his defense slaughtered after that play. John Elway completed just 6 passes on the day, his lowest total since his rookie year of '83, but he was right on target with this bullet to Vance Johnson. 7-yard touchdown, game tied at 13. 5 seconds to play, we're tied at 13. Matt Barron for a 48-yard field goal, and he nailed it. Browns win it 16-13. Barr knew he had it all the way. Browns, hi guys, up their record to 3-1. In Kansas City, the Bengals beat the Chiefs, and it was Boomer to the rescue. Bengal quarterback Boomer Esiason did not start the game because of a sprained ankle, but after Turk Schonert was hurt, Boomer got the call and went for the bomb and got some help from the officials. Watch 20, Deron Cherry ran right into the official. Nice block. That allowed Tim McGee to break away. 41-yard score. Bengals win it 24-17. They're tied with Cleveland for the lead in the AFC Central. The Jets held Eric Dickerson to just 52 yards on 18 carries, but the Colts win it 17-10. Patriots have scored just 23 in their last 3 games, and the Bills had no trouble finding the end zone in this one. No need for a program with this guy. That head belongs to our 1 and 3. Miami also falls to 1-3 after losing to Houston. Dan Marino held to a career-low 103 yards passing. Also a bad day for punters and kickers. Reggie Roby in punt formation, a high snap. He chased it and then, well, threw it out of the end zone for a safety. Roby said, what the heck, it was a bad snap, I had to do something. Oiler kicker Max Zendejas had a ball as well. Bobby Montgomery couldn't handle the snap. Zendejas picked it up. Look at this. Garo Yepremian relived right into the teeth of the Dolphins defense. But the Oilers rout Miami 39-7. That's why they're the kickers. Elsewhere, could the Pack be back? For the 4th week, Green Bay involved in a heart-stopper. Packers outscored Atlanta 17-0 in the 4th quarter. Came from behind to beat the Falcons, trailing 21-6 in the 4th. Quarterback Don No, it's not the greenhouse effect. It is the green hair effect. Bukowski completed 19 of 35 for 295 yards. Later, he scrambled away from trouble and launched it toward the end zone. Herman Fontenot, the former Brown, came down between 2 Falcons. The Pack win it 23-21. In Detroit, former USC quarterback Rodney Peete made his NFL debut. Just like Edsel, it fell flat. Peete just 15 of 30 with 1 interception before being replaced in the 3rd quarter, but you can't blame this on him. Rodney looking deep for Robert Clark. Clark was wide open. He's got it. No, he doesn't. Where is Eric Apholder when you need him? Meanwhile, Bubby Brister having the day of his career. He completed 15 straight passes. Steelers won it 23-3. Now the Vikings even their record at 2-2, but lost starting quarterback Wade Wilson with a broken finger on his left hand. In New Orleans, the only thing broken was the hearts of Saints fans. Washington rallied from 14 back to win at 16-14. The Chargers capitalized on 4 Cardinal turnovers to come from behind and beat Phoenix. 95-degree heat kept the fans away from Sun Devil Stadium. Only 44,000 turned out for this one. Fourth quarter, Cards trailing 14-13. Gary Hogeboom swinging it out to Earl Farrell. Gil Bird with the hit. The ball scooped up by Billy Ray Smith, going 16 for his first touchdown of the 7-year career. Chargers win at 24-13. Cowboys have now lost 15 of their last 16. It's the worst stretch of losses in the club's history. Last year they wanted to lynch him. Now they love Tom Landry. Phil Simms, the NFC's top-rated quarterback, threw a pair of touchdowns. His second was his 13-yard strike to Mark Bavaro. Giants roll 30-13. What's even worse, Troy Aikman left the game with a broken left index finger. He's out 4 to 6 weeks. Will undergo surgery tomorrow. We're going to step aside again later on. The best of the best, Rogan's All-Star Heroes. And coming up next, Kirby Puckett wins the batting title and has a visitor.
When you dive into Coco's new seafood feast, you'll get a free slice of fresh-baked pie. For just $7.95, you'll get lightly breaded shrimp, tender fillets of cod, and golden clam strips, plus super salad, hot corn on the cob, and creamy coleslaw. And to complete the feast, your free fresh-baked pie, all for just $7.95. Coco's Seafood Feast and free pie. It's hard to fathom how Coco's does it for only $7.95.
Hey, you got a great deal.
Yeah, thanks. Are you sure there was a warranty in here?
It's in the box.
Sometimes a bargain comes with a few surprises, but not always pleasant ones. So come to Brand Central, where great products, great prices, satisfaction guaranteed, or your money back. Count on it.
Pizza! Nice hot pizza!
Brand Central, the brand you want at the store you trust.
Everybody having fun?
Oh, he wanted a new bike, but you know they cost so much.
Hold off on the kid.
On the landscaping.
He's only 4, and we're saving for college.
Once you get number 2, then you really need a house.
There are a lot of things in life you have to pay for. A checking account doesn't have to be one of them. Security Pacific, we want to be your bank for life.
Where? Nexus.
Where did you get that hair?
Say goodbye to dry hair with Nexus Therapy Shampoo and Humectress Moisture Potion. Together, they turn dry, brittle hair into beautiful hair.
Where did you get that hair?
Try Therapy and Humectress and say goodbye to dry hair.
Ooh, Nexus!
Only in salons.
These well-dressed gentlemen have no idea that the delightful chill in the air is maintained by Honeywell control technology. But if they had to think about that, we wouldn't be doing our job. Honeywell, helping you control your world.
An encouraging season came to an end for the Angels today. Yes, they finished third, but won 91 games. Angels wrapped it up with a 4-3 win over Texas. Out to the Big A we go. Bert Blyleven wondering, anybody see my... Oh, it seems that a few of his teammates, including Chuck Finley, removed his car from the parking lot and then gave it a free ice wash. Thank you very much. In the ball game, it's Scott Coble at the plate for Texas, lining one to left off Kirk McCaskill. Tony Armas, nice sliding catch. 8th inning tied at 3. Johnny Ray stood in at the plate for the Angels and cranked one to left. Nobody would get to this blast. Dante Bichette chugged around third and scored the winner. Angels finish it on a positive note, knocking off Texas 4-3. As for the American League batting title, Kirby Puckett of the Twins won it by going 2 for 5 today. His average .339. Carney Lansford went 0 for 3. He's at .336. Everybody wants a batting champ's autograph, but not during the game, please. Last night, that guy ran on the field in Seattle. He didn't get the autograph, but he did get a picture, a mugshot of himself. He was arrested. Well, it was that kind of year for the Dodgers. They played only 161 games. Rain wiped out their final game of the season. Last year, they won it all. This year they finished 6 games below 500 in 4th place. Special tribute to old TV shows, Alfredo Griffin's favorite show, I Dream of Jeannie. This woman a diehard fan of Please Don't Eat the Daisies. Arl Hershiser avoided a losing season today by finally picking up his 15th win. Maybe he should have tried this earlier. The old Ephus pitch. Dale Murphy simply laughed. But after a season like this, both teams cried. Dodgers won at 3-1 in 12. As for the National League batting title, Tony Gwynn of the Padres outdueled Will Clark on this final day. Gwynn went 3 for 4 to up his average to 336. Will Clark went 1 for 4 to finish at 333. After a final look at the final day of baseball's regular season, back with the best of the best, Rogan's Heroes.
Channel 4 Sports is sponsored by Aetna, the insurance company that gives new meaning to the word.
It was a big day when the new equipment arrived.
It's big. Biggest one I've ever seen.
Of course, being a custom job, some assembly was required.
It'll be a few weeks, people.
But finally, it was ready. One of the world's fastest check-writing systems. Some insurance companies look for ways to get your money from you faster.
I hear she'll do $12,000 an hour.
At Aetna, we look for ways to get your money to you faster.
The Do Not Disturb vacation. The Do All the Things You've Never Done Before vacation. The Getting to Know the Locals vacation. The Let's Go Out to Dinner Every Night vacation. The best vacations are this vacation, the Royal Caribbean vacation. It's all here. Now Royal Caribbean sails from Los Angeles to Mexico.
History, the savings have never been bigger. So get to your Toyota dealer's 89 clearance by October 3rd, and you'll clear out with a great deal.
What's that?
Common Sense Oat Bran.
Common sense should tell you it takes these 4 boxes to equal the vitamin and mineral nutrition in just 1 box of Total.
That makes no sense. How about 100% natural?
How about 16 boxes?
How about enough is enough?
Total, 1 bowl, 100%. That's more nutrition than any other cereal.
Now that makes a whole lot of sense.
If it's whole wheat Total, it's Total nutrition.
More dramatic when we split up the American and National League scores. Congratulations goes out to basketball superstar, legendary Hoosier Larry Bird. Yes, it has finally happened. Larry Bird married today. He married his sweetheart, Dinah Mattingly. No relation to Don Mattingly. The wedding took place in Indiana. And a tennis note, Brad Gilbert captured the $425,000 Volvo tournament in San Francisco. Since this is the final day of the regular baseball season, we thought we would relive the truly great moments. This is how our staff saw it, Rogan's Year-End Heroes.
We'll start off with a meeting of the minds at home plate, where this year there were more knockouts than the Miss America pageant. Here, Chris James of the Padres give the Dodgers' Rick Dempsey a friendly greeting. Ouch, but Dempsey held on. Then Jim the Whammer Traver of the Orioles tried to run through the Angels' Lance Parrish. No dice, Whammer, you're out of there. The best batch of them all took place in college ball. Oklahoma's Paul Oster drilled Oklahoma State's Paul O'Callahan. O'Callahan left no wake-up call. Time now for some wall-eating maniacs who took their toll off the beaten warning path. First, John Moses of the Twins gets the faithful of the county stadium fence. Then Jeffrey Leonard of the Brewers, who was head over heels over this one. Carlos went head first and held on for the out. Let's take a walk on the wild side, where the antics on the base paths were enough to make the Three Stooges proud. Here is Ken Griffey of the Reds doing the doggy trot back to the bag. But his son, Ken Griffey Jr. of Seattle, had worse troubles. Here he makes first base look like a landmine. Boom! A silver star for you, young Mr. Griffey. Unhappiest landing at home went to Tim Raines of the Expos. Watch your step, or you'll end up with a mouthful of the batter's box. Next up is our dive bomber category, filled with players who live to extend themselves. In right field, we have the best backwards dive. Chet Lemon of the Tigers lunges for the ball over his head and comes up with the grab. In left field, nothing could stop Barry Bonds of the Pirates, who goes to his right and slides in to make the grab. The furthest distance traveled to a dive was turned in by Glenn Braggs of the Brewers, who turns this Texas leaguer into a putout. Improbable endings? Well, we had some moments that would make Abner Doubleday spin in his grave. For instance, take Junior Felix of the Jays. Junior makes more mistakes than the Gabor sisters on this fly ball, but still comes up with it. On the mound, Tom Browning of the Reds made the kick save of the year, stopping the ball with his shoe, then picking it up and getting the runner at first. Tom plans an off-season of working for Buster Brown. Then there was Tony Phillips of the A's making the stop up the middle, then a little Magic Johnson flip to get the runner at second base. And now it's time for our home run robbery category. Time to check the most wanted list. Gary Pettis of the Tigers had the leaping catch of the year. Pettis leaps over the wall and took away the home run. To add insult to injury, he jumped for joy. Way to go, Gary. Nice play. In the Metrodome, Kirby Puckett of the Twins took on the famous garbage bag in right, and he comes up with it a la the man from Glad. For the Angels, there is a simple credo. 2/3 of the earth covered by water, the other third covered by Devon White, who made leaping grabs like this seem almost routine. But our hands-down award for best catch of the year goes to Kevin Mitchell of the Giants. He gets his own category, and here is why. Mitchell, with a little five-finger larceny, makes the grab with his bare hand. We'll finish it off with Fanatics. And what happens if you spill some ice from a soft drink down your pants? Of course, there were those who were too ashamed to show their faces at the games. This little boy modeled the latest in popcorn fashion. In the dugout, well, most people loved Rogan's baseball heroes. Some thought we were all wet. The best of the best. Some housekeeping chores got to pass along. Tuesday, the American League Championship Series begins here on Channel 4. Our pregame show at 4:50. Oakland taking on the Toronto Blue Jays beginning at 5. It's Dave Steve 17-8 against Dave Stewart at 21-9. Wednesday, we have the Cubs and Giants starting their series. That's it for tonight. Thanks for staying up late. Make it a very good week, and we will see you next Sunday with a brand new Hall of Shame. Good night, everybody.
A while back, John Barricato went car shopping.
Take a couple of these, 3 of those.
He bought 10.
Any particular color, sir? Nah.
Then he did something really unusual.
Ready? Ready!
You see, John leads the arson team at Aetna, the company leading the fight against one of America's most expensive crimes. And if we can learn something, we don't mind burning a little cash today.
This is what you look for.
To save customers a bundle down the road.
We're gonna need more cars.
You know what I can't understand? Lucky surveys its own prices. Seems to me that's a little bit like having the fox guard the hen house. Ralph's uses a leading independent research company, and they say that Ralph's and Lucky prices are pretty much the same. And when you add that to double coupons, something that Lucky doesn't even offer, Ralph's savings get even better. And that piece of news is bound to ruffle a few feathers.
Just because you're a grown-up now doesn't mean you still can't play. That's why there's 7-Eleven-21, the latest scratcher.
Metro traffic on Today in L.A. Mornings at 6 and 6:30.
Good evening, everybody. I'm George Michael, and welcome to the Sports Machine. Tonight, through the use of the Sports Machine, The foot of Mike Lansford lifts the Rams over the San Francisco 49ers. Neon Deion Sanders. Boy, he did light up the lights. But the Packers had something special. It's been a volatile but satisfying year for the Orioles manager, Frank Robinson. And folks, I promise you will tumble for the wild and wacky plays of the month of September. 15 years of frustrating losses of the Denver Broncos had the Browns thinking that, well, maybe there was some kind of jinx. So the Browns don't have to worry about that anymore. Cleveland this afternoon beat Denver 16-13. That snaps a 10-game losing streak against the Broncos. It dates all the way back to 1974. For the Broncos, first loss of the year, let me take you out to Cleveland Stadium where the Browns needed a good luck charm. So they called upon one of the most popular of all their stars, former teammate Jim Brown, Hall of Famer Jim Brown, their honorary captain. So the honorary captain had some advice for kicker Matt Barr and the other Cleveland Browns.
Well, first of all, you try not to read or listen to the media because they'll scare you to death. They'll tell you that there's a jinx and you'll never make it. Secondly, you do the things you think you should do. You just do them a little better.
Well, this afternoon, the Browns did do them a little bit better. First quarter, no score, Cleveland and Brown. Bernie Kosar at quarterback. He lofts one perfectly on target to Webster Slaughter. 9-yard touchdown. The Browns jump out to a 7-0 lead, but they've led before on the Broncos, and this man always does them in. John Elway looking for Vance Johnson on target. Tied 13-13. So now you have less than 2 minutes left in the game. Tied 13-13. Broncos on the Browns' 8-yard line. Sammy Winder, somewhere in there, got hit by Mike Johnson. You see the football lying on the turf. The fumble is recovered by Frank Minifield. The big recovery that the Browns need. With 5 seconds left, the game is on this man's shoulders, Matt Barr. Matt Barr from 48 yards away. It's up, and it's good. Cleveland Browns, in 15 years of frustration, smiles for everybody, even owner Art Modell along with Jim Brown. As far as Matt Barr, the kicker, all he could think of was the previous losses to the Broncos. 10 straight losses gone.
My true thoughts at that time is we had the drive thrown in our face for a couple years. We had the fumble thrown in our face, and it was finally nice to exercise that ghost in the same game. And just one of those things. It was a nice win for us.
Disappointing, I guess you could say. You just want to try to win, and we really kind of thought that we might have had it won, and then to see them come fighting back is very disappointing.
Shure's new outdoor fresh scent is like a breath of fresh air.
Raise your hand. You feel fresh now. Raise your hand. You feel clean now. You feel confident, secure.
Now get odor and wetness protection you can count on in a new fresh scent you'll love.
Raise your hand. Fresh and new now. Raise your hand. You feel cool now.
Try new Shure outdoor fresh scent, as clean and fresh as all outdoors.
Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you're sure.
No matter how hard you work, you're out of business when your business phone system goes down.
Hey, Bob, where are you going?
I gotta leave.
Now?
The phone system's down at the office. I gotta find a cab and go back there.
You're kidding.
What else am I gonna do?
Call Pacific Bell. Get a Centrex system. It doesn't go down because it's monitored 24 hours a day.
Sure, who's gonna do that?
They do. It's all in Pacific Bell's office. They take care of everything. After all, you got better things to do with your time, don't you? I'll call them.
For the most reliable business phone systems ever made, your best call is to call on us. Pacific Bell.
Introducing the only detergent with Clorox Color Safe Bleach to help turn up the clean. New Clorox detergent.
Turn up the clean from dingy to white. Turn it up from dull to bright. Clorox detergent can turn up the clean.
New Clorox detergent is the only one with Clorox Color Safe Bleach. It gets everything you wash.
Brighter, whiter, cleaner, turn out the clean. Clorox detergent can turn out the clean.
49ers look at their schedule. They see they open up 3 games on the road.